Okay, good morning, all of you. So, in the previous session, we discussed that the two important derivation. One is for average value, and the second one is for the maximum value. So, till now, we discussed the total three values. What are these three values of that alternating quantity? Number one, okay, 1 minute, please. It's a maximum value, and this maximum value is also known as amplitude, or it is also called as peak value. Is it right? And this maximum value is represented with a capital V to the base M or capital I to the base M. M stands for maximum. Then second, we discuss that average value. And what is the formula for average value of an alternating quantity? So V average, which is equal to twice Vm upon pi, or I say that 0.637 into Vm. In terms of current, when I want to write that average value, so I can write I average is equal to twice Im upon pi, or I can write 0.707 into maximum value. And the third thing is that RMS value. RMS value. Root means square value. So RMS. Either you can write capital I to the base RMS, or you can simply write capital I. Now, henceforth, you please try to remember that one thing: in that alternating current or that alternating voltage, if it is represented with the capital letters, then it is nothing but the RMS value of an alternating voltage or RMS value of an alternating current. The capital letters in that alternating quantity represents the RMS value. Please remember this point. Okay. And this is nothing but maximum value Im upon root 2, or simply it becomes 0. Oh, that one mistake here, which is equal to 0.637 into Im. Now here that RMS value is 0.707 into maximum value. Similarly, for VRMS, it can be simply represented with a capital V, which is equal to maximum value upon root 2, which is equal to 0.707 into maximum value. Is it that clear? And now, in these three values, maximum value, average value, and that RMS value, so the certain relationship in between these three values are there, and these relationship is known as number one, form factor, and the number two, it's a peak factor. And now today we are going to discuss that these are two factors. So let's we start. It's a form factor. What is mean by that form factor? The form factor is the relationship between the RMS value and that average value. If you see here, it is the relationship between the RMS value and the average value. And what is that relation? It is the ratio of RMS value to the average value of an alternating quantity, which is nothing but the form factor. So see that in the mathematical, if I want to write this form factor, I can write form factor is equal to RMS value upon average value. And now, if we want to calculate the form factor for alternating quantity, how can we calculate that form factor for alternating quantity? As we know that in the numerator term is that RMS value, and that RMS value is nothing but 0.707 into maximum value. Denominator term is the average value, which is nothing but 0.637 into maximum value. So this maximum value, it will get cancelled. And what is the remaining term? Form factor is equal to 0.707 in upon 0.637, which is equal to 1.11. And the most of the times, this question, it may ask for MCQ type of a question, what is the form factor for sine waveform or that alternating waveform is there. So you please remember how it can be calculated. Either this formula may ask for MCQ type of question, or the final value 1.11, it may ask for MCQ type of question is there. So this is the first factor, we call it a form factor, which is the ratio of RMS value to the average value is there. Okay. And now the second factor, we call it a peak factor. Now peak means what? It's a maximum value. So that it is the ratio of, or it is the relationship between the two values. One is the maximum value, we call it a peak value, and second one is that RMS value. Get it my point? Now what is that definition of a peak factor? It is the ratio of peak value to the RMS value of an alternating quantity. If I want to write in mathematics, mathematical expression, we can write peak factor is equal to peak value, maximum value upon RMS value. And now, if we want to calculate the peak factor for alternating quantity, how we can calculate? As you know that the peak value is known as a maximum value, and that RMS value is nothing but the 0.70 into maximum value. So definitely the maximum value, it will get cancelled. So the remaining term is 1 upon 0.707. And if you calculate its ratio, then definitely you will observe that peak factor is equal to 1.41. And here also, either the formula of a peak factor, it may ask for MCQ type of a question, or the value of a peak factor, which is 1.41, it may also ask for MCQ type of question here. So now, there, as I experienced here, the students are always confused about the form factor value and the peak factor value. But I have the one hint. Let me share that hint. Please try to remember. Right now, we discussed that the two factor. What are these two factors? One is form factor, and another one is peak factor. Is it right? And for these two values we discussed, one is 1.11 and another one is 1.11, and another one value is 1.41. Out of these two factors, one is the peak factor. Peak means what? As you know that peak is nothing but maximum. So what is the maximum value out of these two? So definitely it's a 1.41. So the peak factor is always 1.41. In this way, I can always remember, and the form factor, which is nothing but 1.11. So you can remember with the help of this hint, you can remember these are two factor values, because in the university exam, out of these two values, one value will definitely ask for MCQ type of question here. So the 1 mark is fixed here. Is it that clear? Okay. So this is about these two factors. One is the form factor, and that another one is the peak factor is there. And now it's my request to you all, please take the notebook, open the notebook, take the pen, and try to write it down along with me, the further point. Get it my point? So now the further point is, let me open that slide. The further point is nothing but the phasor representation of alternating quantity. Yes, this one. So you just make the title the representation of alternating quantity, okay, and then write a one line below that. The alternating or sinusoidal quantity can be represented in number one, rectangular form, and number two, polar form. Okay, and now below that you just make the title number one, rectangular form. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now in the next line you just make the title rectangular form, and now concentrate, and while listening the things, you can also take a note of these things, or better way, you can directly take the screenshot, no problem, and after that you can see the screenshot. I also upload all these ppts and that video for your information, okay, in the teaching diary, but then also you can take that the note so that you will clearly understood this thing here. So here we have to discuss that how to represent that alternating quantity either in a rectangular form or in a scalar form is that. So when we want to write alternating voltage, I say that V, or alternating current in the form of rectangular, so the standard format for the rectangular form is nothing but x plus or minus jy. This is the standard format for the rectangular form is that. In this standard format, what is this x? X is nothing but x component of voltage. आता इथं voltage equation लिहिलंय, so that I say that x component of voltage, and the y is nothing but y component of the voltage. If I have written that the equation of a current I, which is equal to x plus or minus jy, then I can write here x is equal to x component of current, and the y is equal to y component of a current. And now here j term is nothing but the imaginary term here. Imaginary term. I think you might aware about it. It's a j square, which is equal to minus n. In the mathematics, you might be learn the complex number system. Is it right? In the mathematics, to represent the complex number system, I think you might be used that the small I. Is it right? And where you can consider that I square is equal to minus 1 in mathematics. Is it right? The same term is used in the electrical engineering, which is in the rectangular form, but in place of small I, the small j is used. And what is the reason? The reason is the small I in that electrical engineering is known as the current, alternating current, so that there should not be the confusion in between the complex imaginary term small I or the current. That's why in place of the small I, the small j is used. Is it that clear? And now I will try to explain how to write the voltage or current of alternating quantity in a rectangular form is there. Let me take that one example. Suppose I consider that the first example, which is nothing but V is equal to 20 plus or better way I can write it down, 20 sine omega t plus 30 degree. So in this equation, what the 20 represents here? What is this 20?
Maximum value.
It's a maximum value. So you can say me that it's a Vm. And what is this 30?
Phase.
It's a phase angle phi. What the plus sign it indicates here?
Leading phase.
Absolutely correct. It's a leading phase angle is there. It means that if I want to draw the phasor diagram for this equation, how I can draw it? As you know that when you want to draw the phasor diagram, then we always consider x-axis and y-axis with a dotted line. Out of that x-axis, we call it a reference axis. And we always consider that the anticlockwise direction with a constant angular speed omega radian per second. And now we have to show the arrow which represents this equation. And we know that this equation has taken a positive phase angle, or I say that leading phase angle to the reference axis. So definitely I need to draw the arrow in this way. And here this arrow has lead with a 30 degree to the reference point in the direction of anticlockwise direction. And what that arrow represents? Arrow always represents the maximum value, and the maximum value is a 20. Is it right? So this is the phasor diagram of this equation. And now I want to write this equation, this alternating quantity, in a rectangular format. And when I want to write in a rectangular format, I want that the value of x and value of y. So x is nothing but what? X is nothing but the x component of this voltage, and the y is nothing but what? The y component of this voltage. So this is the x component, this is the y component. So can you give me that what is the x component of this arrow here? What is that x component? Yes, please. Force resolve केलाय applied mechanics मध्ये. How you can resolve this 20 in an x component and y component when the 20 arrow has taken an angle 30 degree to the reference axis? What is that x component?
20 cos
20 cos 30.
Absolutely correct. It's a 20 cos 30. Will you please give me that answer? What is that answer for 20 cos 30? Little fast.
17.32.
17.32. Now I will give the unit to this x component as a V, because this is the x component of a voltage. And now I want to calculate the y component. So the y component is equal to what? How you can calculate that y component?
20 sine 30.
20 sine 30.
Absolutely correct. It's a 20 sine 30. Give me that value.
10 volt.
It's a 10 volt. Now once we have that x component and y component, and the another thing is that the x component and the y component for this 20 arrow both are positive, so that I can write the voltage, this equation, I can write the voltage in a rectangular format, which is equal to x component is 17.32 plus, because y component is also positive, j, and the y component is a 10. So in that equation, 17.32 will represent the x component of the voltage, and 10 which will represent the y component of a voltage. Is it that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, please take a screenshot of it because in the writing it may take the lot of time. Have you take it screenshot? Give me response.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me go to proceed further. Let me erase these things here, or better way, I will try to add the one more slide here. Another one example, let me consider here so that your concept about this rectangular form will be clear. Let me consider that second example. Here I can consider I is equal to 5 sine 314t minus pi by 3 radian. आता हे इक्वेशन व्यवस्थित बघा. आता मला सांगा या इक्वेशन मध्ये 5 काय रिप्रेझेंट करतोय?
Maximum value of I.
इट्स आय एम, इट्स अ 5 एम्पियर. आता या इक्वेशन मध्ये 314 काय रिप्रेझेंट करतंय?
Omega. Angular velocity.
ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू 314 रेडियन पर सेकंड. आणि या इक्वेशन मध्ये पाय बाय 3 काय रिप्रेझेंट करतंय?
5.
इट्स अ 5. त्याचा साइन काय आहे? निगेटिव्ह. व्हॉट द निगेटिव्ह साइन इंडिकेट्स?
Lagging.
इट्स अ लॅगिंग. आता आपण इक्वेशन बघितलं. आता पाय बाय 3 म्हणजे डिग्रीच्या फॉर्म मध्ये सांगू शकता का किती डिग्री?
60.
60.
Is it right? And now it is very easy to draw the phasor diagram. ज्यावेळेस मला फेजर डायग्राम ड्रॉ करायचे असेल, मी एक्स ऍक्सिस आणि वाय ऍक्सिस पहिल्यांदा डॉटेड लाईन लिहिणार. एक्स ऍक्सिस ला मी रेफरन्स ऍक्सिस कन्सिडर करणार. अँगल ऑफ रोटेशन इज ऑलवेज इन अँटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन विथ स्पीड ऑफ ओमेगा रेडियन पर सेकंड. आता जर तुम्ही बघितलं तर या इक्वेशन मध्ये -60 डिग्री हा लॅगिंग फेज अँगल आहे. सो दॅट I can draw like this. This is that arrow which will lag behind the reference axis by that angle 60 degree. Is it right? And this length of this arrow always represents the maximum value. And now here the maximum value is a 5. And now we want to calculate its x component. Give me that. What is that x component here?
5 sin 60.
X component, not sine.
5
5 cos 60.
Yes, 5 cos 60. Can you give me that value?
2.5.
Huh?
2.5.
It's a 2.5 ampere because it's a current equation here. Now y component which is equal to 5.
Minus 5.
Absolutely correct. It's a minus 5
5 sin
Sine
60.
60. Huh? Give me that.
Minus 4.33.
Minus 4.33
33.
ampere. And now I can write the equation in this format, which is equal to x plus or minus j y, which is equal to x component is positive. It's a 2.5 minus, because j component or the y component is a negative here, and that is nothing but j 4.33, and this is the rectangular form of this current here. Is it that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, third one example. Let me consider that another one example. Suppose I say that V is equal to 230 sin omega t. आता हे इक्वेशन व्यवस्थित बघा. आता या इक्वेशन मध्ये 230 काय रिप्रेझेंट करताय? दॅट इज नथिंग बट मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू विच इज नथिंग बट 230 व्होल्ट. आता या इक्वेशन मध्ये फेज अँगल आहे का रेफरन्स ऍक्सिस ची? येस और नो?
No.
No.
सो कॅन आय से दॅट फाय इट बिकम 0? गेट इट माय पॉइंट? आता जर मला याची फेजर डायग्राम ड्रॉ करायची असेल तर मी ती कशी करू शकतो? आय जस्ट
Along x-axis.
correct. This is my reference axis. So as this equation has not taken any phase angle to the reference point, so that the arrow of this equation is always along the reference axis, means phase angle, it becomes 0. And as we know that the arrow which represents the maximum value, so this is a 230. आता मला याचा x component सांगा. What is that x component? It's a 230.
230 cos 0.
It's a cos 0. Cos 0 is always 1. So may I say here, it becomes 230 volt. Now what is the y component here? The
230 sin 0.
Sin 0. Sin 0 is always 0. So can I say that the y component is a 0 here? So that if I want to write this equation in a rectangular form, so I can write v is equal to x plus or minus jy. X component is a 230 plus or minus whatever it may be j0, because y component is 0. मग त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही y component नाही लिहिला तरी चालतो, but I can try to write it down here. This is the voltage V. Is it that clear?
Yes, sir.
Take a screenshot of it fast. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me take that another one slide here. Now I can try to write that another one equation, and we will write that equation in a rectangular form. So here, let me write it down, that equation. I is equal to 10 sine omega t plus pi by 2 radian. Now here, the maximum value, which is nothing but 10 ampere, phi, which is equal to pi by 2 radian, which is nothing but 90 degree, and here the plus sign, which indicates the lead. So that when I want to write, or when I want to draw the phasor diagram here, what should be the phasor diagram here? Along y-axis. Do you agree with me? So
Yes,
that
sir.
it has taken an
Yes.
angle 90 degree to the reference point. And as we know that this arrow represents the maximum value. Now, if I want to write its x component, what is that x component here? Which is
0.
cos 90. And the 10 cos 90 is always 0. So x component becomes 0. Y component, which is equal to 10 sine 90. Sine 90, it becomes 1, so it becomes 10 ampere. So when I want to write this current in rectangular form, so I can write x plus or minus jy. This is the standard format. Now the x component is a 0, y component is a positive, so I can write plus j, y component is a 10. This is in bracket, and out of that bracket I can write its unit, it's an ampere. Is it right? I think this one is the fourth one example. And now last case, let me consider here. Suppose I consider that V is equal to 50 sine 314t plus 120 degree. आता या इक्वेशन मध्ये बघितल्यानंतर तुमच्या व्यवस्थित लक्षात येईल Vm is equal to 50 volt, omega is equal to 314 radian per second, theta is equal to 120 degree, and the plus sign which indicates lead. Now, when I want to draw the phasor diagram, then phasor diagram should be like this. And here that angle taken to the reference axis, which is 120 degree. So it will be in this way here, so that this angle is 120 degree. And the length of this arrow, which indicates the maximum value, which becomes 50. Is right. And then if I want to write its x component, then definitely its x component is a 50 cos 120 degree. Can you give me that value?
minus 25.
It's a
Minus 20.
25 volt. And if I want to calculate its a y component, so it should be 50 sine 120 degree.
43.30.
43.30.
43.30.
असा आन्सर सांगितलं की मला लक्षात येतं 30. सो दॅट इफ आय वॉन्ट, आता हा एरो जर बघितला तर तुम्हाला लगेच लक्षात यायला पाहिजे की एक्स कॉम्पोनंट हा निगेटिव्ह असला पाहिजे, वाय कॉम्पोनंट हा पॉझिटिव्ह असला पाहिजे. मला वाटतं तुम्ही अप्लाइड मेकॅनिक्स मध्ये अशी ही थिअरी भरपूर शिकलेली आहे. ठीक आहे. सो if I want to write this voltage in terms of rectangular form, so the standard format I always write, is it right? And now here I can write V is equal to x component is minus 25 plus j, y component is 43.30. This is in one bracket and that unit is V. Please take a screenshot of it. Or
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
now this is the first way you can represent. आता काय केलंय आपण या ठिकाणी आपण अल्टरनेटिंग व्होल्टेज असेल किंवा अल्टरनेटिंग करंट असेल, ते अल्टरनेटिंग व्होल्टेज आणि करंट आपण रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये रिप्रेझेंट केलेले आहे. आता दुसरा जो फॉर्म आहे तो आहे पोलार फॉर्म. Now what is that polar form? The polar form is always, or the standard format of this polar form is, suppose I want to represent the voltage in a polar form, the standard format is always R angle plus or minus theta. This is the standard format. जसा rectangular form चा x plus or minus jy होता, तसा या R polar form चा standard format आहे R. This is that angle plus or minus theta. आता या ठिकाणी R काय रिप्रेझेंट करतोय? That R represents the maximum value, or आता आपण फक्त एरो हा मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू रिप्रेझेंट करतोय म्हणून मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू म्हणतोय, परंतु पुढे जाऊन आपल्याला हा R RMS व्हॅल्यू पण रिप्रेझेंट करणार आहे. सो इट विल रिप्रेझेंट द RMS value, and this theta is represents the angle between arrow to reference axis. Is there. मग आता पोलार फॉर्म तर एकदम सिंपल आहे. आता ते कसं सिंपल आहे? Let me try to represent with a one equation. Suppose let me consider that the first equation, V is equal to 230 in bracket, sine in bracket omega t plus 60 degree. आता हे इक्वेशन बघा. आता आपल्याला ह्या इक्वेशनचं पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्जन करायचं आहे. मग पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्जन करताना आपल्याला दोन गोष्टी लागतात. पहिली गोष्ट लागते ती म्हणजे R ची व्हॅल्यू, आणि R म्हणजे काय? मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू. आता हे R म्हणजे इथं मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू म्हणजे काय येणार? VM. ती किती आहे या ठिकाणी? 230 व्होल्ट. आणि दुसरी व्हॅल्यू जी लागते तो लागतोय थीटा. मग या ठिकाणी थीटा म्हणजे काय? की अँगल बिटवीन दॅट एरो टू द रेफरन्स ऍक्सिस. मग आता या ठिकाणी थीटा म्हणजे काय? या ठिकाणी हा फाय. And this phi is nothing but that angle between that arrow to the reference axis, which is equal to 60 degree, so that I can write V is equal to R angle theta, and that R is nothing but 230, angle is 60 degree. Simple. This is the polar form of this equation is there. दूसरी equation there. Let me take that another one example. Here I consider that I is equal to 20 sine omega t minus 45 degree. आता या ठिकाणी या इक्वेशनचं ज्यावेळेस मला पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्जन करायचं आहे, कन्वर्जन करायचं मीन्स राईट करायचं आहे. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इट इज रिक्वायर्ड दॅट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ आर. R is nothing but the maximum value. Maximum value is Im, which is equal to 20 ampere. And the second thing is required as a theta, which is equal to phi, which is equal to minus 45 degree. So that I can write I is equal to R angle theta, which is equal to R is nothing but 20, and that angle is a minus 45 degree. This is the polar form of this current equation is there. Let me consider that another one example. Suppose I consider that once again V is equal to 50 sine 314t. आता या ठिकाणी R काय असेल सांगा? What is that value of R? R means what?
50.
Maximum value. What is that maximum value? Vm. What is its value? It's a 50 volt. आता या ठिकाणी theta काय आहे सांगा? Theta is nothing but
Zero.
phi, which is equal to what? काय value असेल या ठिकाणी?
0 degree.
It's a 0. So I can write V is equal to R angle theta, which is equal to 50, angle is 0. Is it that clear? Take a screenshot of it. घेतला का?
सर
हा, yes please.
सर आपण अँगलचं साइन का देतो तिथं?
अँगलचं
साइन का देतो?
ऑफ कोर्स इट शुड बी लॅगिंग और लीडिंग, ते रिप्रेझेंट केलं पाहिजे. बरोबर आहे. ज्यावेळेस अँगल हा पॉझिटिव्ह आहे, म्हणजे आपल्याला ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला असं अल्टरनेटिंग व्होल्टेजचं इक्वेशन दिलं जाईल, त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला हा अँगल हा लीड करतोय का लॅग करतोय हे माहित असलं पाहिजे का नको? बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे फक्त जर तुम्हाला हे इक्वेशन दिलं बघा, V इज इक्वल टू 230 अँगल 60, याच्यावरून तुम्ही हे रिव्हर्स जाऊ शकता का? हे इक्वेशन काढू शकता का? बघा, काढू शकता का? येस काढू शकता. कारण आपल्याला माहित आहे हे 230 काय आहे, या ठिकाणी मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू आहे. 60 डिग्री काय आहे, लीडिंग फेज अँगल आहे. सो आय कॅन राईट दॅट इक्वेशन 230 sin ओमेगा t plus 60 डिग्री. इज इट दॅट क्लिअर?
येस सर.
टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट. घेतला का बघा?
येस सर.
Okay, now let me take that another one slide here. One more example let me consider here. Suppose I consider that fourth one example, I is equal to 10 sine in bracket omega t plus pi by 2 radian. Okay, so here R, which is nothing but Im, which is nothing but 10 ampere, and theta, which is nothing but phi, which is equal to plus pi by 2. So I can write here 90 degree. So that I can write I is equal to R, angle is theta, that is nothing but 10, angle is 90 degrees. Okay. Then another one example, I say that I is equal to 50 sine omega t minus 45 degree. So here I say that R is equal to Im, which is equal to 50 ampere, and the theta is equal to phi, which is equal to minus 45 degree, so that I can write I is equal to R angle theta, and that is nothing but 50, angle is minus 45 degree. Please take a screenshot of it. Or
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, I'm happy with your response, because today I'm getting that the response in time here. And now आता आपण दोन फॉर्म बघितले. अल्टरनेटिंग क्वांटिटी ही रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये कशी लिहिली पाहिजे आणि पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कशी लिहिली पाहिजे. आता आपल्याला काय बघायचं आहे, हाऊ टू कन्वर्ट द रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म टू पोलार फॉर्म. And after that we have to discuss that polar form to rectangular form. So first we have to discuss rectangular form to polar form. Now what is the procedure? Try to understand the procedure first. Okay, and then we will try to see that the few example. So the procedure is like that. आता मी अल्टरनेटिंग इक्वेशन घेणार नाही, मी ते डायरेक्ट पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये घेणार, कारण तुम्हाला माहिती आहे आता अल्टरनेटिंग इक्वेशन हे पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कसं लिहिलं पाहिजे. सो लेट मी कन्सिडर that one equation. Suppose I say that I is equal to 10 plus j 20. Is it right? Or better way, let me remove these things. I can write that equation so that I can explain that the procedure. Suppose this is the alternating current, which is equal to x plus or minus j y. So this is a standard equation. Get it my point? Out of that, what this x represents? X represents x component of a current, and the y represents y component of a current. It means that if I consider that one equation here, I is equal to 20 sine omega t plus 30 degree. Is it right? So how I can draw the phasor diagram? It's phasor diagram of this equation. It should be like this. This is the 30 degree angle. This is our reference axis. This is our angle of rotation. Is it right? This is the maximum value. It's a 20. And now we say that the x component, which is nothing but 20 cos 30, and the y component, which is nothing but the 20 sine 30. Is it right? So here I say that x component, which is equal to 20 cos 30, and the y component is 20 sine 30. Is it right? As we want to convert this rectangular form to polar form, and the equation of the polar form is to be in terms of r angle theta. Is it right? But what is that r here? What is that r here? R is nothing but the maximum value, and how this maximum value can be achieved from this phasor diagram. Can I say that R is nothing but under root of x component square plus y component square? Do you agree with me? How this R can be achieved here? This is that R, and this R is nothing but this is the x component, this is the y component. So which is nothing but x component square plus y component square. And how you can obtain the theta here with the help of x component and y component?
tan inverse of y by x.
Absolutely correct. It's a tan inverse of y component upon x component is there. Is it right? So this is the actual formula for the r and the theta. R is nothing but under root of x component square plus y component square, and theta is nothing but tan inverse of y component upon x component. Now let me try to calculate that r here. So that r is nothing but under root of, see here, what is that x component, which is nothing but 20 cos 30, it's a square, plus y component is 20 sine 30, it's a square. So will you please give me that value of r?
20.
It's a 20. Is it right? 20 येईल का इथं? Is it right? Can I write it down? It's ampere.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the theta, which is equal to tan inverse of y component is a 20 sine 30 degree divided by 20 cos 30 degree. So definitely the theta, you will come here, it's a 30 degree. Is it right? Is it right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here you can write I is equal to 20 angle 30. आता तसं बघायचं झालं तर या इक्वेशन वरून तुम्ही डायरेक्ट पोलर फॉर्म लिहू शकतच होता, परंतु आपण ते त्या प्रकारे गेलेलो नाहीये. आपण एक्स कॉम्पोनंट आणि वाय कॉम्पोनंटचा यूज करून पहिल्यांदा आर कॅल्क्युलेट केला. त्याच्यासाठी फॉर्म्युला आहे अंडर रूट ऑफ एक्स कॉम्पोनंट स्क्वेअर प्लस वाय कॉम्पोनंट स्क्वेअर, आणि थीटा साठी आपण टॅन इनवर्स ऑफ वाय कॉम्पोनंट अपॉन एक्स कॉम्पोनंट न गेलो तर त्यावेळेस आपल्याला कन्फर्म झालं की तेच मिळत आहे. लक्षात येते? दिस इज द that form. Please take a screenshot of it. Hello?
Hello.
No, I'm not.
R ची व्हॅल्यू 20.
R ची व्हॅल्यू 20.
R ची व्हॅल्यू 20 दिली का? 20 बरोबर आहे का? माझे 20.
तुमचा आवाजच मला व्यवस्थित ऐकू येईना. तुमची व्हॅल्यू किती येते?
117.32.
अशी कशी येते? नीट कॅल्क्युलेशन करा. 20 यायला पाहिजे. कॅल्क्युलेशन मिस्टेक्स होते तुमची बघा.
ओके.
हा ओके. स्क्रीनशॉट घेतला का याचा?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now let me add that one more slide here. So here, once again, I will consider that another one example. Suppose I consider that V is equal to 20 minus J 30 volt. आता बघा, आता मला सांगा या हे जे काही इक्वेशन आहे, हे दिलेले काय अल्टरनेटिंग व्होल्टेज आहे, हे पहिल्यांदा कोणत्या फॉर्म मध्ये आहे? हे आहे रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये, बरोबर आहे. मग या रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये हे 20 काय रिप्रेझेंट करतंय? What it represents?
X component.
Absolutely correct. So I say that X component is equal to 20 volt. 30 काय represent करतंय? It's a Y component, which is equal to minus 30 volt. And now, if I want to write or if I want to calculate that R, कारण मला हे रेक्टेंग्युलरचं पोलर फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं, म्हणजे मला R आणि थीटा माहित पाहिजे. म्हणजे r इज नथिंग बट √20 स्क्वेअर. आता मायनस या ठिकाणी मी घेत नाही कारण त्याचा स्क्वेअर हा पॉझिटिव्ह येणार आहे. 30 स्क्वेअर. विल यू प्लीज गिव्ह मी दॅट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ r? Little fast.
$36.055.
36.05 volt. आता थीटा काढायचा आहे. व्हॉट इज द फॉर्म्युला? थीटा इज इक्वल टू tan इनवर्स ऑफ y कंपोनेंट इज 30. आता ते मायनस साइन आपण नंतर देऊया त्याला, डिवाइडेड बाय 20. सो व्हॉट इज द थीटा हियर?
56.30.
56.30 degree. Is it right? So that I can write V is equal to R, angle is theta, and that is nothing but R is 36.05 and that angle is minus 56.30. This is the conversion of rectangular form to polar form is that. आता सगळ्यांकडे कॅल्क्युलेटर आहे?
Yes, sir.
ओके, कॅल्क्युलेटर घ्या
Yes,
सगळेजण. कॅल्क्युलेटर घ्या, मी सांगतो. आता ही झाली आपली मॅन्युअल मेथड. ही कोणती झाली? आपली मॅन्युअल मेथड झाली. परंतु तुम्ही डायरेक्ट कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती रेक्टेंग्युलरचं पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्ट करू शकता. आता त्याच्यासाठी कॅल्क्युलेटरची प्रोसिजर सांगतो बघा मी. कसं करणार? पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला दिलेला फॉर्म कोणता आहे हे पहिल्यांदा ओळखा. कोणता फॉर्म दिलेला आहे आपल्याला? रेक्टेंग्युलर. कोणता फॉर्म पाहिजे आपल्याला? पोलार. तर त्याच्या कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती एक पोलार बटन आहे बघा, POL. ते बटन प्रेस केलं की तुमच्या स्क्रीन वरती POL ओपन ब्रॅकेट येईल. येतंय का बघा? येस ऑर नो?
Yes, sir.
ओके, अजून एक रिस्पॉन्स पाहिजे मला. येस ऑर नो?
Yes, sir.
ओके. आता आपल्याला कन्वर्जन पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये करायचंय म्हणून आपण POL ओपन ब्रॅकेट केलेलं आहे. आता या ठिकाणी रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये पहिली व्हॅल्यू आहे ती टाईप करा 20. त्याच्यानंतर कॉमा. कॉमा एक बटन आहे बघा. आला का इथपर्यंत?
Yes, sir.
आता त्याच्यानंतर दुसरी जी व्हॅल्यू आहे ती विथ साइन टाईप करायचे. दॅट इज नथिंग बट -30. आणि त्याच्यानंतर ब्रॅकेट क्लोज करा. ब्रॅकेट क्लोज झाल्यानंतर ही झाली पहिली स्टेप. दुसरी स्टेप इज इक्वल टू बटन प्रेस करा. काय येतंय व्हॅल्यू सांगा?
36.05.
या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला 36.05 दॅट इज नथिंग बट R ची व्हॅल्यू मिळाली. बरोबर आहे. आता तिसरी स्टेप तुम्हाला R तुम्ही लिहून घेतलं, नोटबुक मध्ये लिहून घेतलं असं आपण अज्युम करू. तिसरी स्टेप अशी आहे, तुम्हाला एक RCL बटन एक आहे ते बटन प्रेस करायचंय आणि त्यानंतर एक टॅन एक बटन आहे ते बटन प्रेस करायचंय. आता तुम्हाला थीटा मिळेल.
-56.30.
-56.30 मिळालं का बघा? आन्सर मिळालं का कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती? R ची व्हॅल्यू मिळाली, थीटाची व्हॅल्यू मिळाली. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी तुम्ही ते लिहू शकता V इज इक्वल टू 36.05 अँगल इज -56.30. आता मी तुम्हाला उलट प्रोसिजर सांगतो बघा. उलट जाऊया आपण. आता आपल्याकडे पोलार आहे. हे कसला फॉर्म आहे आपला? R आणि थीटा आहे म्हणजे तो पोलार फॉर्म आहे. बरोबर आहे. आता कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती बघा कॅल्क्युलेटरची प्रोसिजर सांगतो, उलट जाऊन चेक करूया आपण. पहिल्यांदा कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती दिलेला फॉर्म तो आहे पोलार आणि कन्वर्ट करायचा आहे तो रेक्टँग्युलर. मग आता तुमच्याकडे REC नावाचं एक बटन आहे. ते बटन प्रेस केले की REC आणि ओपन ब्रॅकेट हे तुमच्या स्क्रीनवरती येईल. बघा येतंय का?
Yes, sir.
येस.
Yes, sir.
ओके. आता पोलार फॉर्मचं रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचंय म्हणून आपण टाइप करून घेतलं REC. आता टाइप करा 36.05 पहिली व्हॅल्यू कॉमा आणि दुसरी व्हॅल्यू टाइप करा -56.30. त्याच्यानंतर दुसरी स्टेप्स इज इक्वल टू बटन प्रेस केलं की तुम्हाला पहिल्यांदा आन्सर येईल एक्स कॉम्पोनंट. सांगा
20.
इट्स येईल 20. त्यानंतर तिसरी स्टेप पुन्हा ती सेमच RCL बटन आणि त्यानंतर टॅन बटन. तर तुम्हाला Y कॉम्पोनंट मिळेल
-29.99.
-29.99. मग मी त्याला 30 लिहू.
Yes, sir.
येस. हा झाला Y कॉम्पोनंट. बघा आलं का तुम्हाला? म्हणजे तुम्ही याच्यावरून लिहू शकता V इज इक्वल टू एक्स कॉम्पोनंट इज 20 - J 30. कॅल्क्युलेटरची मेथड समजली का? म्हणजे हे काय कॅल्क्युलेशन करत होतो आपण मॅन्युअली, ते करायची गरज नाही. मी तुम्हाला डायरेक्ट कॅल्क्युलेटर वरची मेथड दिलेली. समजली का?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ इट.
Yes, sir.
नाव द सेकंड प्रोसिजर इज. आता आपण ऍक्च्युअली दोन्ही प्रोसिजर बघितले, परंतु तरी पण तुम्हाला मी मॅन्युअल प्रोसिजर सांगायचा प्रयत्न करतो या ठिकाणी. द कन्व्हर्जन ऑफ पोलार फॉर्म टू रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म. आता पोलार फॉर्म दिलेला आहे, गेट इट माय पॉइंट, आणि आपल्याला त्याचा रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म तयार करायचा. आता तर तुम्हाला कॅल्क्युलेटर वरची तर प्रोसिजर तर माहितच आहे, तरी देखील मी इथं सांगतो की सपोज आय जस्ट कन्सिडर दॅट I is equal to R angle is theta. This is polar form. Is it right? And we have to convert it into I is equal to X plus or minus JY. This is a rectangular form. मग आपल्याकडे आहे पोलार फॉर्म आणि कन्वर्ट करायचा रेक्टँग्युलर फॉर्म, म्हणजे आपल्याला एक्स कॉम्पोनंट आणि वाय कॉम्पोनंट काढायचा आहे. आता मला सांगा R म्हणजे काय? R is nothing but the maximum value of a current. बरोबर आहे. आणि थीटा म्हणजे काय? Is the nothing but the phase angle taken with the reference axis. मग आता आपल्याला एक्स कॉम्पोनंट काढायचा आहे. मग एक्स कॉम्पोनंट हा काय असतो? मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू I am cos थीटा. बरोबर आहे. आणि वाय कॉम्पोनंट काय असतो? मॅक्सिमम व्हॅल्यू sin theta. Simple thing. So once we know that our x component, that is nothing but maximum value, and the maximum value is nothing but R cos theta, and the y component is nothing but R sin theta. So you will get that the rectangular form, which is nothing but I is equal to x component is R cos theta plus or minus J, y component is R sin theta. So in this way you can convert manually. Let me give that one example so that you will understand the thing here. Suppose I say that I is equal to 20 angle 30 degree. आता या ठिकाणी R रिप्रेझेंट करतोय 20, थीटा रिप्रेझेंट करतोय 30. So that x component which is equal to 20 cos 30 degree. Can you give me that answer?
$17.32.
17.34 ampere.
32, sir.
Okay, 32. and then y component is equal to 20 sine 30.
10 ampere.
10 ampere. So I can write I is equal to 17.32 plus j 10, कारण आपल्याला रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं बरोबर. सो सी दॅट दिस इज द प्रोसिजर, इट्स मॅन्युअल प्रोसिजर. आता ते तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती चेक करून बघा. कॅल्क्युलेटर वरती दिलेला फॉर्म हा पोलार आहे, तो तुम्हाला रेक्टेंग्युलर मध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचा आहे. म्हणजे पहिल्यांदा REC टाइप करा, ओपन ब्रॅकेट येईल, 20 टाइप करा, कॉमा 30 टाइप करा, इक्वल टू, तर तुम्हाला 17.32 मिळेल, एक्स कंपोनंट मिळेल. आणि RCL आणि tan बटन प्रेस केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला 10 मिळेल. जस्ट चेक इट अँड गिव्ह मी द रिस्पॉन्स.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Take a screenshot of it. घेतला?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me 1 minute. And now I will give that very important thing here. As you know that here we discussed that the two things. One, how alternating quantity can be represented in a rectangular form. And second one is polar form. The rectangular form is V is equal to X plus or minus JY, and the polar form is V is equal to R, angle is plus or minus theta. बरोबर आहे. And now when we want to do the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, there is some fixed rule. And what is that rule? Mathematically it is observed that for addition and subtraction of alternating quantity, rectangular form is suitable. Rectangular form is suitable. What it, the first rule gives that, म्हणजे ज्या वेळेस तुम्हाला अल्टरनेटिंग क्वांटिटीची ऍडिशन किंवा सबस्ट्रॅक्शन करायची असेल त्यावेळेस तुम्ही कोणता फॉर्म यूज करणार? रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म यूज करणार. बरोबर आहे. आता त्याचे रूल्स बघूया नंतर आपण त्या ठिकाणी. आणि दुसरा एक रूल आहे फॉर मल्टिप्लिकेशन, and division of alternating quantity, polar form is suitable. Polar form is suitable here. So this is the very important two rules are there. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेस आपल्याला अल्टरनेटिंग क्वांटिटीची ऍडिशन आणि सबस्ट्रॅक्शन करायची असेल तर त्यावेळेस आपल्याला रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म यूज करायचा आहे. मग जरी अल्टरनेटिंग क्वांटिटी पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये दिली असेल तर तुम्हाला कन्वर्जन माहित आहे. मग कन्वर्जन करून तुम्ही त्याचं रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मध्ये करू शकता. रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म मिळाल्यानंतर तुम्ही त्याची ऍडिशन सबस्ट्रॅक्शन करू शकता आणि पुन्हा मिळालेलं आन्सर हे पुन्हा वाटलं तर पोलार फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्ट करू शकता. तसंच ज्या वेळेस तुम्हाला मल्टिप्लिकेशन आणि डिव्हिजन करायची असेल त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला पोलार फॉर्म यूज करावा लागेल. सिंपल थिंग आहे. इज इट दॅट क्लिअर? प्लीज टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ इट. घेतला?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके.
Yes, sir.
आता पहिल्यांदा ऍडिशनचे रूल बघा. नंबर 1, addition. As I already given that rule, for that addition or subtraction, the rectangular form is there. Suppose I say that v1 is equal to x1 plus jy1 and v2 is equal to x2 plus jy2. And now we have to do that addition here, and which is nothing but v1 plus v2. The v1 is x1 plus jy1 and the v2 is x2 plus jy2. So the rule is that the x1 and x2 are the real terms and the y1 and y2 are the imaginary term. So you can do the direct addition of x1 plus x2. Is it right? Plus j is the common, the addition of imaginary term, which is nothing but y1 plus y2. It's a simple rule. I think you might be aware about it. Then also I just try to discuss these things here. Second, if I want to do the subtraction, and for that again I use that v1 which is equal to x1 plus jy1 and v2 which is equal to x2 plus jy2. And now we have to do the subtraction here. So here I can write subtraction of these are two alternating quantity v1 minus v2, but here v1 is x1 plus jy1 minus v2 is x2 minus jy2. So here I can write x1 plus jy1, and now this minus sign, if I just try to multiply it in the bracket, minus x2, oh sorry, here it's a plus sign is there, minus jy2. Now how you can do the subtraction? So you can do the subtraction of real terms, x1 minus x2, is it right? And the plus j sign, I can take it outside. In the bracket, what it remains? It's a y1 minus y2. Simple rule is that. Please take a screenshot of it. Take it.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, another rule. Now these are the rule for addition and subtraction. And now see that if you want to do the multiplication and the division. So as I have already given that for multiplication, the polar form is suitable. Multiplication. So here I can write, once again I can consider v1 is equal to, आता मला इथं रेक्टेंग्युलर फॉर्म कन्सिडर करायचा नाही, मला कोणता फॉर्म कन्सिडर करायचा आहे? पोलार फॉर्म. कारण आपण ऑलरेडी रूल बघितलाय, मल्टिप्लिकेशन आणि डिव्हिजन जर पाहिजे असेल तर पोलार फॉर्म इज सुटेबल. सो I say that R1 angle is θ1 and V2 is equal to R2 angle is θ2. And now we want to do the multiplication, which is equal to V1 into V2. And in that case, V1 is nothing but R1 angle is θ1 into V2 is R2 angle is θ2. So you can directly do the simple addition for R means R1 into R2, but if you want to do the multiplication of an angle, so you have to do the addition of that angle is there. Theta 1 plus theta 2 is there. So this is the very important thing here. Please take a note of these things. Similarly, if you want to do give me 1 minute. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. And now the 1 minute. Let me take that. So here the rule of the division. So here once again I consider that V1 is equal to R1 angle is theta 1 and V2 is equal to R2 angle is theta 2. And now we want to do the division of these two alternating quantity, that is nothing but V1 upon V2. But as we know that V1 is R1 angle is theta 1 and V2 is R2 angle is theta 2. So in this case, in terms of division, you can do the direct division of this R term, R1 upon R2. But in terms of angle, you have to do the subtraction. It means that theta 1 minus theta 2. So this is the new things. It means that when you want to do the multiplication for that angle, you have to do that addition. And for the, in terms of division, in terms of angle, you have to do the subtraction is there. Have you noticed these things? Yes or no? So
Yes, sir.
please take that screenshot of it. Have you taken
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Give me 1 minute.